Have you ever held a grudge towards a person for so long, like so long, that the bitterness was just boiling in your heart, and your heart began to harden? You didn't want to be around the person. You thought you forgave the person, but every time you would hear the person's name, you get mad all over again. It's just an ongoing toxic cycle. I would have to say that restoration is one of the most important things to pray about in your life, because when you pray for God to restore you, you're not asking him, okay, God, just sweep this under the rug. No, you're asking for him to purify you, to make you over, to make you brand new. And that's exactly what I did when I prayed to God to restore me and my father's relationship. Today, me and my dad, we cool peoples, we like this. But it was never, ever like this. I kid you not. We had some serious problems. My mom and my dad, they divorced when I was 2, I believe. And like every single problem that I went through in life, I would blame it on him, because I was just so mad at him, like for everything in the world. Y'all know every family has its issues. Well, me, instead of trying to work on those issues, I cut him off at the age of 12. I didn't want anything to do with him. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want him to be a part of any of the special moments in my life. I just didn't want him to be around at all. And that went on for 8 years. 8 years, y'all. 8 years. I honestly believe that it could have went on longer than 8 years, but God, he knew what he was doing, because how he brought us two together, it was just ordained. So it's a funny story. Me and my friends, we were at a hair salon, and I was getting my hair done, and so was my other friend. And at that hair salon, they always promote, people's businesses on Tuesdays. So what that means is anyone who has a business, they're able to come into the hair salon and tell us about the business that they are promoting. Well, my dad, he just so happened to be promoting his business, which was on families. It was God. The whole time I was so nervous, because I had not seen him in like 8 years. I didn't know what to say, so I didn't say anything at all. And I was watching how he had a fire for that. And I don't know, like at first I didn't care, to be honest. I didn't care, because in my mind, how can you go around talking about families and restoring families, but your own family is not restored? But God is so good, because it was not my will, it was God's will. And I was so stubborn. Like looking back, I just laugh, because some of the things that I would try to do on my own, it just would not work out. So I just told God, all right, God, if this is your plan, for me and my dad to rekindle our relationship, then have your way, so be it. And he moved fast. God moved so fast. My dad, he called me the next day, and he apologized. I even apologized for things that I didn't even realize that I did to him. And it was rocky at first, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't always roses and sprinkles and glitter. No, it was not. It probably took half a year for me to finally let him into my life, completely into my life. And I'm just so grateful to God that he saw fit and, gave us another chance to reconnect and rekindle and restore our relationship. I mean, how many of us pray to God and ask him, to bless us, or to forgive us, or to restore you and his relationship? And he does. God is such a forgiving God, and we ought to be more like him. If God went 8 years without talking to you, I mean, how would you feel? The same goes for us. We have to pray to God and ask for restoration in our lives, like in our friendships, our relationships, at work, at church, everywhere. Because tomorrow's not promised. Simple as that. We have to stay prayed up. We have to stay in his word. We have to learn how to be more forgiving, because no one is perfect. And the more we begin to realize that no one is perfect, the more we begin to understand the will of God, and that's to be more like Christ. So if you guys have anyone in your life that has done you wrong, call them, text them, go over to their house. I know it sounds silly, but it is so serious. Restoration is something that we tend to put aside because it makes us feel uncomfortable, and we know that we have to do what is right. I mean, the definition is to mend, to restore, to repair, to fix. So I encourage you to try to make things right with that loved one today. And, you know, just lean on God. Ask God to give you the words to say, because I honestly did not know what I was going to say to my dad. And like I said, we are closer than ever, and I love him like so much. I pray that you all have a super blessed day, and thank you so much for watching this video. Go make things right. I love y'all.